What's poppin', my J dolls? And I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. Y'all, we are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, okay? So don't play with us, because we ain't never been one of them. And if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It is free 99. And if you still don't subscribe, you a hater. Say that with your mama, because why she raised you like that? Period. Period. Anyways, y'all. So today, y'all, I'm doing a story time. If you have not watched my speed dating event story time, make sure y'all go and watch that. I don't care if you watch it after this or you watch it before this, but I talk about in the speed dating story time how I met this guy at the speed dating event. Okay? So y'all, I'm probably gonna title this something about going on a date with a psychopath. That's probably what it is gonna be titled. So I'm going to tell y'all all about him, and I'm going to name him Hippie. I'm going to name him Hippie because he comes from like a hippie background or whatever. So I'm going to just name him Hippie. So boom. So y'all, I met Hippie at this speed dating event, y'all. So when I met Hippie, I kind of touched on this in the other one, but I'm going to go through it briefly. So when I met Hippie, I thought he was pretty cool. Like, I thought he was chill, laid back, y'all. He was the tallest guy at the speed dating event. Did I find him to be like, oh, you're fine? No. I just found him like, oh, you're interesting. So, boom. When I met him at the speed dating event, like, I noticed right away he's tall. Like, he's like 6'5" or whatever. Not 6'5", 6'3". So, he's like 6'3". And I'm like, okay, you're tall. I'm tall. So, that's already gave him a couple points. And then I like that he was very chill, like the way he talks. He just has a calm voice. We can laugh about stuff. I also like, and this is crazy because when I was talking to him, I found out he was a bus driver. So I asked him what he do for work. He told me that he's a bus driver. So then we got into it and I find out he's a city bus driver. So I'm like, okay, cool, interesting. So I asked him, what buses do you drive? Because everybody that knows that he used to take the bus, they know what bus is the bad bus, which is the good bus in Minnesota, okay? When I was younger, before I got my license, I used to take the bus. We know, don't take the 5, don't take the 21 if you can, and unless you want to end up in the hood with the I ain't gonna say, with the addicts, okay? Acting crazy, yeah. Fights on the bus. So I asked him what buses he drive or whatever, and he told me like he majority does like the South Side and even Brooklyn Center, Brooklyn Park, so the hood. So I'm like, okay, like honestly, this is crazy. This is toxic tricking me, y'all. But that kind of turned me on, like, okay, you know how to deal with a hood rat. I'm not a hood rat, y'all. I'm bougie, but I got hood family. I can be hood. I can get hood. I can. So I need a man that, if you gonna be Caucasian, because he's Caucasian, or white, whatever you want to say. I don't know why I just try to be so proper. But if you're going to be Caucasian, you got to have something to you. Like, you got to be able to see the hood, or you need to at least seen black people before. You need to know how to handle black people, all that type shit. Because I don't even date white men. Like, I go on date with them, but I don't never end up with them. I don't never date. I don't never sleep with them. I don't never end up in relationships with them. It's just be like, okay, buddy, see you never. That's what usually happens. So, boom. Like, I'm talking to him. He's pretty chill. I noticed right away he's not my typical like white man, and that's what made me actually like him. Like, he had a vibe of a like kind of like a little urban vibe, but he wasn't hood either. So boom, that was intriguing to me, that his personality, his vibes. And then y'all, he had told me something on the date, and y'all probably like, girl, this should have been a red flag on the speed date, y'all, not the actual date, the speed date. I forgot to say this in my last story time, but he had told me about how he got 2 cats. And this was one thing that made me like him, which is so crazy. I'm psycho. So anyways, he has 2 cats, but he got both of them as a kitten because he wanted them to be able to play with each other. So I thought that was just so cute. And then he ended up getting a 3rd cat, but then he ended up giving the 3rd cat to his mama or something like that, because that cat was crazy and like he didn't want no crazy cat. So he had two of his cats, and they're loving and stuff. Then he told me like how after he get off work at night, he would let his cats just kind of run around the neighborhood, and then the cat would just come back. One of his cats would just kind of run, do his thing, and come back to the house. I'm like, oh, that's very cute, because we do domesticate animals. I literally was laughing with him like, how do we just take animals and domesticate them and say they're ours now? Like, y'all can't even be out in the wild. Like, that is very disrespectful. Like, that is very selfish of us. Like, we are crazy. Like, we kidnapping animals is crazy. So, I'm like, I kind of like you let your cat just freely run around the neighborhood. Tell you, what is wrong with me? So, then he had told me that he would take his cats to the lake. And he would let his cats run around the lake. Not run around the lake. It's like this garden. It's a garden at the lake. And he would let them run in the garden or whatever, and then he'll pick them up, carry them to the garden, let them run, do their wildlife, and then he'll pick them back up and go home. And I said, "Oh, you're weird. I love weird." Yeah, this is my problem. I really love weird people. Like, I really like a man that's a little different because it's intriguing to me. It's probably a trauma thing, and that's something I do need to work on because the normal guys, I never liked them. The crazy ones, I always liked them. So it's like, baby, maybe I just don't need to be having fun with you on the first date. Maybe it need to be boring. Maybe the first conversation need to be like, you're just normal. I think I just need a normal. So anyways, y'all, I'm like, okay, I like that he does this, whatever. So I asked him how old he was. To find out the man was 41. But the speed dating event was only supposed to be from 27 to 38. But he had told me they had canceled a previous speed dating event. So that's why they invited him to come to this dating event, even though he's a little bit over the age. So I'm like, okay, you know. And then he had asked me how old did he look. And I told him, I say, well, before he told me 40, I told him 35, maybe 36. And then he said, oh, I've been flattered more than that. Like, last time I got 28. And I said this in my last video, my last story time. Like, you're not giving 28. Like, they were straight lying to your face. I am 28, babes. You're giving 36. So you look a little bit younger than what you are. But you look older, if that makes sense. And he's not ugly or anything at all. But I'm like 41. Well, I see a future with this man. He's 41. But I'm intrigued enough to just go on a date or just like match with him at this. Really to match with him at the speed dating event. That's all I was seeing from it. Like, didn't think it was gonna go farther than that. So anyways, y'all. And a thing that was very particular was his outfit. Even my friend, because me and my friend went to the speed dating event. Y'all want to know the whole speed dating event situation? You watching the other video. So anyways, his outfit was just so bizarre. Like, it was like a lot going on. Like, very chaotic. Like, he had a vest on, but the vest was gray. And then he had a long sleeve button up something. Then he had these pants, but the pants was too short. They were high water because you know he's 6'3". So anyways, we was talking and we was even cracking jokes because he wanted to be a flight attendant. And I told him, like, you're 6'3". Like, how would you even be on the plane? Like, walking back and forth. Like, I think it would be uncomfortable. And he told me that one of the places that he tried to, like, apply for, they told him he was too tall. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I just feel like it'd be uncomfortable. So anyways, y'all, I thought he was was crazy. I thought he had a cool personality. And I rock with personality more than looks. So I was just like, okay, he cool. Like, he funny. I know he make decent money. That rhyme. I know, even though people like trying to shit on people that drive buses and stuff, I know how much they make. But do I think it's enough for a 41-year-old? I don't. Because I'm 28 and I'm probably making more than that. And it's not enough. It's not enough. Even what I'm making right now, it's not enough. So 41, I would think you would have a little bit more money than that. But at least if we on equal playing grounds, that's all I care about, at least. Right now, as long as we on equal playing grounds, we still might have similar range for salary. We have a similar aspect of a home and a car, then we can talk. You know what I mean? Like, as long as we on the same level. That's how I am right now. So anyways, y'all. So, at the end of the speed dating event, you swipe right on the people that you like. And then if they swipe right on you, they'll show you that you match with them. And then you give them, then the company gives them your email and you get the other person's email. So anyways, y'all, I swiped right on Hippie. And Hippie swiped right on me. So now we match. So, he has my email. I matched with 4 other guys that night. And him and another guy is the ones that email me. So Hippie emailed me like, hey, it was nice. No, he said, what's up? I was like, I'm not gonna like that. Girl, I need help, bro. What I like is seriously concerning. Very much so. So anyways, he's like, what's up? Like, it was nice meeting you last night. Like, here's my number. Like, if you want to, like, text, I would love to take you out, whatever. Somewhere casual, like, for a drink. No, somewhere casual, like, either for coffee or for a walk or something like that. So already in my head, that was kind of a red flag. Like, you want to take me for coffee or a walk? Like, that's cheap. Mind you, I've been on a coffee date before. I've only been on one coffee date my entire life. And it was a waste of time. Me and that man didn't even talk after that. I do feel like coffee dates is another version of speed dating. Like, it's a waste of time and it is no investment and no time or no thought put into it. Period. I would never go on a coffee date again. Point blank, period. I just won't. So with him, I was thinking like, okay, I really don't see nothing with him. But if it's somebody I want to be with, like, you gotta come a little bit harder. But I'm like, he's 41. Come on, Juwan. Like, this was just for fun. Me going to this event was just for fun. Like, I didn't think this was gonna be something. I didn't even think I was gonna go on a date. So anyway, so boom. So I'm like, okay, well, we start texting and stuff, trying to plan, and he was like, okay, like, we should do something uptown or downtown since there's so much to do there, whatever, da. So I was like, well, like, most coffee places in uptown, downtown, they close early. Like, they close by 6 o'clock. I gotta go to work. Then by the time I get off work, it's gonna be closed. So, like, either we can do something else or we can go to this coffee shop that I know of in Little Canada. It's very nice and it stays open late. It's a drive, but it's nice. So he's like, oh, like, or maybe we could just, like, we can even go get food. If you want to just get food, we might skip the food. Because how he was saying it was like, oh, we can casually go get coffee, go for a walk, and then, like, maybe get food. So you gotta fill me out first before you take me to go food. But at this point, y'all, honestly, this week I also had another date with the other guy from the speed dating event. So let's say this date was like Thursday, and then I had the date with another guy at the event on Saturday. So I knew the other guy was taking me for sushi. So I said, baby, I don't like to eat out more than twice a week. So we need to pick something healthy. So if you want casual, let's do casual. And I don't usually do this. But I was like, how about we go to Crispin Greens? Let's go to Crispin Green in North Loop, which is crazy because A, that's a cheap date, but I like the salad and I needed something healthy. And I was like, let's just do something quick because he's 41. Like, let's be for real. Am I really going to be with this man? Like, let me not waste his coin. I could go be like, yeah, let's go to whatever nice restaurant and just round up his check when I know I probably don't want to be with him. But that's just not right. So I'm like, let's just do Crispin Green. I don't care. So anyways, y'all, I already in my mind, intuitively, when he told me uptown, downtown, I'm like, why in the world would anybody want to be uptown, downtown? Like, at this big age, I avoid uptown and downtown at all costs. I find it a red flag, so I'm like, he ain't got no car. Literally, my intuition is like, he don't got no car. Because why the hell you want to bring me uptown, downtown? So in my head already, I'm intuitively like, do he even got a car? So this question comes up in my head, like, do he have a car? Y'all, I swear to y'all, my spirit guys just be popping questions in my head, and then I already have to answer. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not even worried about it. Let's go on this date. So I go on a date, whatever, and he tells me he's already there. Of course, I'm always late. So he told me he's waiting for me outside. So I'm like, it's cold as hell in Minnesota. Like, why is you outside waiting for me? So anyways, y'all, I walk up to him or whatever, and we hug and stuff like that. He's super tall. He's back again with his a million layers. So I'm like, okay, he still has the same style as last time. So anyhow, y'all, so he's very nice. We go in and whatever. I'm asking him, why did you wait outside for me? Like, y'all, I literally say whatever comes to my mind, and sometimes that get me in trouble. Sometimes people want to tussle with me for that, but I just try to be real. Either I don't say nothing at all or I say everything. There's no balance for me. So I'm like, why would you stand outside? Like, it's so cold. He's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I feel like if it's the first time us meeting, I want to, like, be out here waiting for you. Like, I don't want to have, like, an awkward introduction, like, going into there or whatever. I'm like, okay. So anyways, y'all, we go in. We're about to order salads. So I found out he's vegetarian. So I'm like, okay, cool. I like that. Like, he's vegetarian. But he told me that he had an illness that caused him to be vegetarian. I don't know. He has been a vegetarian his whole life because since a kid he had this illness where he can't eat, I guess, meat. So I don't know what it is. I didn't ask no questions. I don't care to ask no questions because after that last situation with old dude, as long as I ain't put my lips on you, as long as I'm not kissing you, I know I ain't effing you for sure, but as long as I'm not kissing you, I'm not gonna even worry about that right now. I don't even want to make you uncomfortable, and I ain't got time for it. Cause the reaction I might give, I don't know what type of thing you got. It might be something chill. So I just mind my business. So anyways, boom. He gets his salad. I get my salad. He pays for our salads, of course. We go sit down and we start talking. We talking and I'm trying to see the key points. What I thought was cool about him, because I don't want to just straight dog him out. But what I thought was cool about him is that he was into astrology. So we was randomly in middle of conversation and I told him I was moving. So I didn't realize I didn't tell him, but I told other people on a speed dating that I was moving out of state eventually. So anyhow, he literally asked me about my birthday and I told him my birthday, and then he was like, oh, like, and when he did that, I knew he was thinking about my sign. I'm like, this man is a sign, what the heck? So anyways, he was like, what? So is that a Pisces? I'm like, yeah, it's a Pisces and all that spirit. And he was like, okay. I'm like, what are you? And I kept saying in my head, God, please don't say Leo. Please don't say Leo. A Leo. Another Leo. Another lying Leo. Another freaking satanic Leo. I cannot stand a Leo. I hate to see a Leo coming. I'm sorry if you a Leo watching this, but I hate to see a Leo coming into my life. Okay? So I'm like, bro, the last man that I just made a video about, lying about having a kid, hit his kid, was a Leo. My old situationship that lasted for 3.5 years on and off was a Leo. This guy is a Leo. What is you trying to say? Because, baby, it ain't the one or two. So we start getting into the deep dives of, like, the different stars, the different planets, all that stuff, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool, I rock with him for that. Like, I like that he's into astrology. Like, and I told him, like, yeah, you know, like Pisces, whatever, I said something about being psychic. He was like, oh yeah, I know, like, you're psychic. No, how do you know I'm psychic? You psychic too? Yeah, I play too much. I'm like, you psychic too? Like, how you know I'm psychic? And then he was like, oh, like, you're Pisces and you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart. Like, Pisces and Scorpios are like the most psychic sign, an intuitive sign, which is so true. So if you think you're gonna get some past me, buddy, go take the highway. The highway or the byway, please. So anyways, boom. I'm like, okay, at least you know. At least you know, baby. So we started talking, and I asked him, so he was talking about how he went to the bathroom and blase. He went to the bathroom at the library. He walked over. He did a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, why didn't you just use the bathroom at Christmas Greens? Like, I'm so confused. So anyways, he was like, oh, well, I took the bus here. So I was like, I took the bus here, because I had a car before, but like, when I had the car, I got in a car accident, and then it got totaled, and the person gave me, like, the insurance paid me the money, so I took the money, which is reasonable. Like, if the car was fully paid off, you're gonna take your check, but how long you gonna take the bus? Like, why wouldn't you get a new car? So he was like, so, like, I took the money and, like, I just take the bus because I already drive the bus every day. So, it makes sense for me to just take the bus. I like taking the bus. So, I'm like, oh, Lord. Y'all, one of the biggest pet peeves for me is a man that take the bus. Anybody, seriously, because I grew up with people that didn't drive and they always took the bus and then they wanted me to drive them around when they didn't want to take the bus. If you choose to take the bus, you got to remember you really taking the bus. Like, you're not going to then depend on me to take you places because I got a car. Either you choose to have a car or you choose to have the bus. And if you choose not to want to take the bus, then you need to choose to take an Uber. But then when you start talking to people or partnering with people that don't have a car, they want you to drive them. They feel entitled. Like, or if y'all go together, like, they're gonna, it's weird for you to just, like, let them take the bus and you drive there. Like, come on now. They're gonna expect you to start picking them up. So I'm like, oh, Lord. So I told him, I was like, honestly, like, I felt like you took the bus. He's like, oh yeah, it's probably because I told you, like, I went to the bathroom and, like, I, you know, walked over here. I'm like, no, it's not. It's because you wanted to go uptown or downtown. And I'm like, he don't have a car. Because why on earth anyone wants to be uptown or downtown? So intuitively, I just felt like you didn't have a car. Not because of the other things. Like, people don't even understand. Like, I just be knowing shit. I can't tell you how I know it, but I know it. I don't know how to tell you. So, boom. He's like, oh, yeah, da, da, da. And I told him, I was like, honestly, that is one of my, like, non-negotiables. Like, that's something that's really a big pet peeve for me because of my trauma behind that. I don't usually date people that take the bus. Like, and it's not because I'm judging the person. It's just because I just don't want to be put into that predicament where I'm, like, Ubering them around and stuff like that. Like, I'm the Uber or whatever. So he's like, yeah, that's understandable, and da, da, da. So anyways, we start talking. We still vibing. Like, he's a nice guy. Like, we vibe. I always vibe with Leos in the beginning until they start acting freaking psychotic like they always do.
You don't mean that shit. You just running your mouth like you always do.
Every Leo I've come into paths with has been legit a psychopath. And they don't know how to take no as an answer. They're crazy. I'm telling you, even the women that I know will literally stalk men and find them on social medias and try to, like, baby, you need to go see a psychiatrist, please. Now. So, boom. I'm like, okay, cool. We still talking. We still cooling. He tell me about how he grew up with hippie family and stuff. Because I told him, I said, I kept, like, when I was talking to you on the first day, I felt like I kept getting stoner vibes from you. Like, I don't know why. Like, you used to give me them stoner, like, calm vibes. Like, and he was like, oh, like, everyone says that, da, da, da. Everyone thinks, like, I'm a stoner, I smoke. I don't smoke because, like, he drive the bus. You can't even smoke, whatever, da, da. He was like, his parents, he grew up with parents that had a dispensary. Or they grew weed or whatever. So his parents are stoners. So I said, oh, that makes sense. I don't know why energetically I was getting stoner. Which is crazy. My friend wasn't getting that. But I was getting it. Because, like, I told you I can pick up things very easily. So I'm like, oh yeah, something stoner about him. Like, I don't know if he smokes, but he just, the energy. So anyway, so boom. So it makes sense why he's so chill. Because he probably grew up with, like, very chill parents and stuff. So I'm like, okay, you're cool, but you don't have a car. So at this point, I'm kind of going back and forth, like, should I be then now again trying to make exceptions to my rules? And I told myself I'm going to stop doing that because every time I do that, it becomes a problem. Just like my last situation, he lived with his mama. That shouldn't even be, he shouldn't have been even in my aura at all. Like, he shouldn't have been in the picture at all. Because I already said my standards is you have your own place, you have your own car, and you have your own career. That is the bare minimum, because that is just for yourself. That ain't even what I need. That is for yourself to be sustained. Who would have thought it would be that hard to find? So anyways, y'all, I feel like you're 41 and you don't have a car, and then you say you like to take the bus, and you don't have any, like, plans on when you want to get a new car. You like taking the bus, but you're 41 years old. Like, you should have been able, your car is gone, you should have been able to go get a new car. And then honestly, if you like taking the bus, there's no problem with that. You're saving money. It's probably very smart. You're already driving the bus all the time, but that's just not fit my lifestyle. Like, that's not gonna fit my lifestyle. Like, what happens? You two, even thinking of the future, like, you're kind of too old. If I want to have kids, which I don't really care for kids that much, but if I was to have a kid, like, which you kind of old already, and then on top of that, what you gonna do? Take my kids on a bus? Or do you now think I'm gonna drive you and the kids? Like, I just don't get it. So y'all, what happened was, after this all happened, I was about to make an exception to my rule. And I talked to my friend. My friend was like, Joanna, like, you should just let it go. Like, don't even entertain this, because, you know, this is what happens when the person don't have a car. They will start depending on you, and you know you don't want this, whatever. I'm like, you're very right. You're very right. And I need to stand on my standards and stop acting out of a, what is that, scarcity mindset. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Now, I've been out there fishing, okay? And I have met some ones that were way better positioned. So, we don't need to be wasting our time. So, y'all, let me go to the text messages, because I went to tell him, like, hey, You know, I don't, you know, because we were supposed to go on another date, y'all. The thing was, like, after this Crispin Green date, we were supposed to go on another date. Because he asked me, oh, when can we go on another date or whatever. So, anyways, the date was supposed to be that Monday. And the first date was on that Friday. Or was it Thursday? I think this one was Thursday. It was probably Friday. Oh, Friday. So the first day, y'all lied, not Thursday. The first day was on Friday. So the second date was going to be on Monday. So I'm starting to think, and I'm starting to talk to them, like talk to my friend. And I said, you know what? Let me text him and just tell him it's Monday. We haven't even really reconnected on our date on Monday anyway. So, like, let me just go ahead and, like, break it off with him and not waste his time. So I said, hey, ooh, I almost said his name. Hippie. So I said, hey, Hippie. I wanted to be upfront with you. I had some time to think. You are a great person and I enjoy hanging out with you. I don't want to waste your time because one of my standards is dating a guy that has a car. I know it's something that would bother me eventually. I do have to stick to my standards, but I'm wishing you the best. Mind you, very nice, very Zamir. Okay, my camera's hot. Let me just actually let it cool down. Response back was, oh Lord, y'all, I'm gonna put a screenshot. Let me actually screenshot it right now. I'm gonna put a screenshot up on the screen so y'all can actually read it. It is I'm gonna read it to y'all, but just so y'all can see how long it is. This is when I knew he was a psychopath. This is what I mean about he was a psychopath, right? So he says, hey Juana, so you are good with having to get on a plane to see a guy you are dating, but you are not okay if he has to get in an Uber to come see you with the thinking emoji. Honestly, you remind me of all the dumb excuses I found for myself to not give women more chances when I was in my late 20s. It's actually, honestly, almost kind of fun. I could go buy a car tomorrow, but I don't want the same car I had. I want something nicer, bigger, safer, more expensive. Driving a bus has spoiled me. Meanwhile, I'm saving maybe 400, 500, 600 bucks a month. You said it'll bother you eventually. Me too. Then I'll buy a new one. Shrug emoji. It's also really good for my career in the meantime. Tongue out with the winky emoji. What the is going on here? Sorry if it's annoying, but I can't help but wonder or guess or assume that I've played it too cool by not asking you about plans for tomorrow sooner. Like he's not into me, so I'll reject him before he can reject me.
Girl, bye. Bye.
Likely not entirely purposeful with that motivation. I hope I don't sound like an annoying psychoanalyst or something. Just, I'm sorry if I made you feel awkward like that. I won't bug you more if this is that important a standard for you. It's true. It's a big lifestyle difference and we all get to be idiosyncratic. I don't even know what that means. And irrational in our own ways. It was nice hanging out with you. On the other hand, I was thinking, you don't seem like someone who wants to go try out restaurants. It might make more sense to meet and go on a walk, but it's cold. I'll invite you to walk blank, but I'm not ready to invite you over to mine yet. Tell you what, how about I order us both Ubers to head out to the late night cafe in St. Paul you mentioned, ? You still down for that, ? What was it called again, ? You're called, kiss emoji. All the best in either case, blushing emoji. P.S. Thanks for your patience with my overly long and likely obnoxious and oh so serious blabbering here. What did I just read? Every time I reread it, I'm like, this whole message was chaotic. From the way that it's formulated, from the way you're jumping to different conclusions and making up assumptions, from the way you're jumping around. It is simple. You don't have a car? I want a man with a car. I want princess passenger treatment. If I take a flight, right, first and foremost, most likely I would be taking a flight to see everybody. When I come to Minnesota, I have family here, I have friends here, I got my goddaughter here. I'm going to see them, and then if I build a relation with somebody here, then I'll see them as well. This is not, no, I'm just booking a flight for you. It's, I have people here. I'm going to be here often, right? So the fact you're like, well, you can hop on a plane, but you wouldn't like a man taking Uber. You don't even take Uber, you take the bus. We just discussed this. And just how we had to limit our plan on where we're going to go because you take the bus. You don't even take Uber. And now you're trying to tell me, how about I get you an Uber and me an Uber? Like, what the hell I need an Uber for? I have a car. You the one that need the Uber. And why would I want an Uber all the way to Little Canada? Just in case you don't want to Uber me back home. Are you goofy? Like, then he was up here calling me names in the text message, y'all. Literally telling me from the beginning that I'm making dumb excuses. Then you want to say that how do you say this? Idiosyncratic and irrational. So you're calling me irrational. You're calling me idiotic. What else are you saying here? You're telling me it doesn't seem like I want to try new restaurants because I told you that I don't like to eat out too much in a week. You don't even know about my weight loss. Like, you don't know I lost over 158 pounds. Like, I'm not just going to keep stuffing my mouth with every nigga I'm out with. You know how many niggas I be out with? I'm sorry, that sounds crazy, but like, you know how many people I go on dates with? Like, there's 2 dates in 1 week. Like, you think I'm going to keep eating out every time I go on a date? Like, no, let's do something else. Like, I work out. I got to eat right. Like, I can have a couple cheat meals, like 2 max in a week. I'm not doing more than that for y'all. Nah. So, I'm like, you didn't even ask me, like, hey, like, why do you don't like to eat out that much? Or how often would you want to go? Like, would you want to go to a restaurant? Like, you didn't even ask me none of them questions, but you're jumping to conclusions and assumptions like you're crazy. And then the fact that you literally said that, oh, it's probably because you didn't text me that I thought you were going to, like, not be interested in me. And so I was trying to do it before you do it. Are you dumb? Or are you stupid? Because now you want to make yourself feel better. Because you think I thought you were going to reject me? The 28-year-old? I don't think no 41-year-old is going to reject me. And I'm sorry to say it. And I'm not trying to come, like, I knew he was 41, but I'm just saying, as someone, like, that know how older men are, right? If they hit an attractive 28-year-old, they're not trying to let the girl go. So please, spare me with the bullshit. If you really thought you were going to literally let me go, I would let you let me go. Like, baby, I have had other people like, oh, I end up being in a relationship. Like, I actually dating this other person. I'm going to talk to them. Okay, perfect. Have a great life. I don't care. I'm not even kissing y'all. I'm not smashing y'all. Like, I literally haven't done nothing in 7 months. Do y'all think I give a flying fuck about any of y'all? I'm sorry. God forgive me. Because I be trying to be patient. But then when I be nice and I explain thoroughly to everybody, hey, this is why I don't want to talk to you no more, but you're a nice person. You're a great person. Then you come over here and you write me a chapter book. And then try to tell me who I am. Then try to convince me, manipulate me to go on another date with you. And then you try to manipulate me into get into an Uber. Baby, you crazy. You give me psychopath. You will put me in your basement. And let them cats run around and my body be buried. I don't know. But I seen right through like this whole... And when he said that, hopefully this doesn't make him look like a psychoanalyst. Now, baby, you know you're a psycho. Just by using that word, it makes you look like not just psychoanalyst, but it makes you look like a psychopath. So that's when I said, baby, I'm not responding. I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done.
Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show. I'm done.
And I won't be seeing you no more. And I won't be texting you no more. So y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, that was enough to show me that he's a psychopath. I should have seen the red flags of him letting his cats run around in the garden outside in the middle of the lake at night. Like, baby, I should have known he was... Why do I like psychopaths? Why do I like crazy people? Why do I like people that don't know how to take no as an answer? I said, no, I don't want you. Just like when a man said, oh, no, I don't want to go out with you no more. Okay, cool, thank you. Like, wishing you the best. Like, I don't be like, oh, no, please. Like, let's just try to, how about we go on another... No, they don't like you. Let it go. Just like y'all, I'm watching the Ultimatum. Let me know if y'all watching that. Just like I'm watching the Ultimatum, and the one guy that's older, he's in his 40s, just like this man. He with that young girl, and he's like, oh, like, I don't know what I done wrong. He's crashing out on TV. Crash your ass experience and leave that bitch. I'm sorry, I hope I don't get flagged. Leave that lady alone. I'm gonna put a beep over that. Okay? And move on with your life. She don't want you. You cannot convince somebody to want you. If they don't want you, let them not want you. Even if they're making a fake excuse, let them not want you. Why do you want somebody that don't want you? Anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all thinking in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next video.